YouTube, what's happening? It's your man, your brother, Mulo Motivation reactions. So we're back with another reaction video. So we're gonna be doing Larry Bird highlights. I honestly have not seen much highlights of Larry Bird. So this one right here is the first time for me to see it. So we're gonna react to it and take it from there. But if you come to the channel for the first time, thank you very much. Like, share, subscribe to the channel for more reaction videos. You're gonna see so much on this channel concerning reactions to the things I'm interested in. So yeah, and I do appreciate you coming back to the channel. Let's get things rolling. Engage, like the video, share it. Let me know what you want to see in the future as far as reactions go. And that's it. Let's react.
Was his brilliance as a basketball player, and the other part were his legendary and vicious trash-talking skills. Bird was a killer on the court. He had a foul mouth, and he wasn't afraid of anybody. This explosive combination gave birth to some of the most ruthless trash-talking stories in NBA history. So here are the 10 best Larry Bird savage moments. 1988 three-point shooting contest. The three-point shot in the NBA was first introduced in the
I remember. I know this part. I know this one though. Anyway.
1979 NBA season, Larry's rookie year. 7 years later, at the
Rookie year?
1986 All-Star Weekend in Dallas, the NBA brought the first official three-point shooting contest to the scene. Larry won it and repeated next year at the All-Star game in Seattle. In 1988, he was going for a three-peat in Chicago. Before the start of the contest, Bird entered the locker room, did not speak a word to the other competitors, and just took a good look at them. He finally said, "I'm just looking which one of you is going to come in second." The room was filled with silence because they all knew what kind of a shooter Bird was. Of course, Larry would go on to win again, proving that he's the best shooter in the world. He won without taking off his tracksuit, famously raising his hand while the contest-clinching three was still in the air. Response to Craig Hodges. Craig Hodges was one of the best shooters in the 80s.
Do you guys believe that if the players back then took more three-pointers, Curry would be the only person with over 3,000 three-pointers? What do you guys think? The game changed so much. You're allowed to shoot the craziest shots. Is that the only reason why the players now are better at shooting? Because they have the permission to shoot more? Anyway, let's carry on.
And he competed in a three-point shooting contest with Larry each time Bird was participating. Larry won 3 times, and Craig finished second twice. When Hodges finally took home the title of the best three-point shooter at the All-Star Weekend in 1989, reporters asked him if the main reason for his victory was Bird's injury and non-participation. Craig said, "Larry knows where he can find me." And Bird replied, "I know where, at the end of the Chicago Bulls bench, the left-handed game." Larry Bird was in the prime of his basketball brilliance in the 85-86 season when he led the Celtics to the title. They lost only 1 game at home throughout the season and the playoffs, setting an NBA record with 50-1. The Portland Trail Blazers were the only team to defeat the Celtics at home in December, so they were a good bet to win in front of their crowd in February. Before the game, Bird surprised his teammates and journalists by saying that he would shoot all his shots with his left hand, except long jumpers. This was the last game of a long road trip. Larry would always find new motivations and challenges to get through the monotonous grind of the regular season. In the game against Portland, he'd go on to have one of the most memorable games of his career. He hit a shot to send the game to overtime, and then hit a game winner in the OT. Bird finished the game with 47 points, with 14 rebounds and 11 assists. He scored 22 points with his left hand out of sheer boredom and fun, which tells you how insanely good and confident this guy was. White guys guarding him. "Larry is not white. Larry is clear," said Bill Murray in Space Jam,
so funny,
while explaining Bird's ethnicity to Michael Jordan. Larry Bird had skills for days. He was thinking the game 3 moves in advance. His jump shot was money. He was nimble at 6'9", but he wasn't by any means an athletic player. Bird suffered from WMCJ syndrome, which stands for white men can't jump, and he was aware of it. On one occasion, he called basketball a black man's game due to the natural ability and athleticism of African-American players. Because of that, he hated when the opposing teams would defend him with another white guy. Bird said that it was disrespectful to his greatness because he was dropping 30 and 40 on the most athletic players in the league. So if you put an unathletic white guy on him, that's barbecue chicken right there. In the trainer's lab.
Did he really say barbecue chicken?
Smarter and faster. With Wix, you can edit your meta tags.
The highest scoring
did he really say barbecue chicken? I like it.
game in Larry Bird's career came in the 1986 season, in a game against Dominique Wilkins and the Atlanta Hawks. At the beginning of the first quarter, it was obvious that Larry is in the zone. He'd hit everything he threw to the basket, with the announcers repeatedly saying they were watching the greatest shooting exhibition in basketball history. Bird scored 60 on 61% shooting and 15 of 16 on free throws, hitting ridiculous shots over several players. During the game, he suddenly said, "in the trainer's lap," to Hawks players, which meant he would try to make a three from the corner near the opposing bench. He got the ball, made the shot, and one Hawks player who tried to guard him tripped over and fell exactly into the trainer's lap, just like Bird predicted. The Hawks bench was so amazed that they were laughing and high-fiving each other, totally perplexed by Bird's brilliance. After that, they were fined by their coach Mike Fratello for cheering on the opposing player, tormenting Dennis Rodman. Dennis Rodman was one of the best defenders in NBA history, with quick feet, long arms, and a motor that never shut down. He was a pest, an annoying
And this
pest
guy,
who never
this Dennis Rodman shut down Shaq once, man. I don't know any player that can shut down a guy as big as Shaq. Shut down Shaq. So, if you're a player that can like expose him, Larry Bird did that though. Let's watch. Oh shit! What happened here? Oh, it's, all right.
stopped guarding, provoking, and getting into everybody's face. And he used to be a nightmare for scorers around the NBA. However, when he was just starting out, he needed to get some schooling from Bird. After Larry scored 4 consecutive shots over Rodman, he opened his mean mouth and started destroying Rodman. Bird started yelling at Rodman's coach, Chuck Daly. "Who's guarding me, Chuck? Is anyone guarding me? You better get someone on me or I'm gonna go for 6."
Wow, that is savage. Oof, that is savage. Man.
Even
that's
though
savage.
Rodman was almost superglued to him in an effort to deny him the ball, Bird was at his sarcastic best. "I'm open. Hurry up before they notice nobody is guarding me. Merry effing Christmas."
Wow.
1990. Larry Bird loved to play against the Indiana Pacers, where he was always greeted as a king. It was
And that's
where
the
the
thing,
hick-
and that's the thing that's missing in the game now. It's so soft. You literally see players getting technical fouls for giving the ball back to the ref. I've seen it. Trash talk, that's gone. A certain toughness to the game is gone forever. What's gonna be next? Skirts on the basketball court? Honestly, like the game is so soft now, and it's an insult to compare players now to the players then. Like the players now have no sense of toughness. They may have a lot of skills and finesse, but the toughness is gone. You know what I mean? The competitive fire is gone. Players are teaming up now, forming multiple super teams, shooting from half court. It's not fun to watch anymore. Even the All-Star game is not good. How can the All-Star game not be good anymore? Anyway, let's carry on. I keep clicking off the video.
from French Lick grew up, made his first basketball steps, and took Indiana State University to the 1979 NCAA Finals. And the game Boston played against the Pacers played on December 26, 1990. Will forever be etched in memory of the Pacers shooting guard, Chuck Rifleman Person. Before the game, Person said to the reporters, "Rifleman is in the building. I'm going bird hunting today." At the tip-off, Bird replied to Person that he has a Christmas present waiting for him. While Chuck sat on a bench during the game, Bird received the ball in the corner and shot a three-pointer. As the ball was flying towards the basket, Bird turned to Person and said, "Merry effing Christmas." The ball, of course, came in without touching the rim, torching the Suns' bench.
And people are acting nuts when Curry does that. Curry will shoot a three, and people go nuts about
NBA
it.
often coast through the regular season and can lose their edge and focus when playing against mediocre opponents. In one game against the Phoenix Suns, the Celtics lost a double-digit lead and were trailing by 2 in the final seconds. The Celtics had the possession, and they could tie the game and go to overtime, or win it with a 3. Larry knew his Celtics shouldn't be losing a game to the Suns, and he wanted to play no overtime. So he went to the Suns bench and told all the players and coaches what was about to happen. "Yeah, I'm going to bust a 3 on you guys and just go home. I'm tired of this." Unsurprisingly, he lived up to his word. As the ball was still in the air, he turned towards the Phoenix bench and yelled, "Told you so," as the ball was going through the net. calling
Wow.
his shot against Xavier McDaniel. Xavier McDaniel was
Madness,
one of the
man.
most notorious NBA players in the 80s. And on the courts, he liked to get physical, like Olivia Newton-John.
Sheesh.
When he was playing for the Sonics and the Knicks, nobody was really messing with X-Man. However, Bird was not afraid of a scuffle, and there are multiple stories of Larry participating in bar fights during his NBA career. In a crowded Supersonics arena, Boston and Seattle played a close game tied just 10 seconds before the end. At that point, Celtics coach Casey Jones called a timeout, and Bird confidently told him to just give him the ball and that the others move the hell out of the way. On his way back to the floor, Larry said, "That's exactly where I'll get the ball, and I'll score the game winner in your face." While X-Man replied, "I know you will get it there. I'm waiting for you." Bird received the ball right where he said he would and made a tough fadeaway shot. After Bird realized there were still 2 seconds left, he told McDaniel, "Damn, I didn't want to leave 2 seconds on the clock." While X-Man walked back to the Sonics bench,
That's savage.
tormenting a young Clyde Drexler. Before Clyde Drexler came into the NBA, he was one of the best
Wow.
players in college basketball, forming the famous Phi Slamma Jamma with Hakeem Olajuwon at the University of Houston. Drexler was selected by the Blazers with the 14th pick in the 1983 NBA draft. And even as a rookie, he was already one of the most athletic guys at his position. However, Bird wasn't impressed. When Drexler subbed in the game against the Celtics, he started guarding Bird. Larry smiled at him and mockingly said, "You can't stop me. You're a rookie. You don't know anything." He would proceed to hit jump shot after jump shot over Drexler before the Blazers coach had mercy on him and subbed him out. While Bird was
Wow.
laughing at
Have
Clyde on
mercy
the
on
way to the
him.
bench.
That's savage, man. Savage. Sheesh. That's it for my reaction, folks. Thank you so much for coming back to my YouTube channel. So that's Larry Bird's most savage moments. So he was clearly a savage, as you can see. But I'm definitely going to react to more players, you know, the all-time greats. A lot of players from the top 50, for sure. But where would you guys rank Larry Bird? Where do you have him? But for me, man, it's definitely one of the all-time greats. Definitely top 15, definitely top 20. In some cases, top 10, to be honest. But yeah, I'm happy I looked at this video, and I'm looking forward to seeing more of his highlights. So that's it for my reaction video. Thank you so much for coming back to my channel. Like, share, subscribe. Comment down below what videos you want me to react to, and I can do so. But I appreciate all of you. Let's get to 200 subs. We've been stuck at this number for a while. Let's go up, and let's spread the word to multiple people. But other than that, have a beautiful rest of your day. Like always, get better every day, optimize yourself. See you next video.